What do you do when you have a really hard situation in your life? If anyone knows my story, I went bankrupt. Uh, my mother-in-law had been working for us for 3 years, and she unfortunately passed away. And then my sister-in-law passed away a few months later. Went bankrupt the same weekend my son graduated from high school and moved out, and then I separated with my husband. Um, I lost my home, my car. Like it definitely was a feeling, a traumatic experience. And throughout that experience, I didn't really understand how to deal with it. I didn't I didn't know what it was trying to teach me. It was lot of external situations where it it created a lot of suffering within me, saying that I shouldn't be here. I should be in a different experience. And there was a lot of internal resistance to the external situations, a lot of personal self judgment, a lot of criticism of myself, and sometimes blame. And it was definitely an unraveling of all the meaning that I have had associated with those external situations happening to me. um, what was my identity now, right? Losing all those different labels that I had of myself required me to figure out, well, who am I, without all those external uh, situations that I had labeled as so-called good, meaning a daughter-in-law, a sister-in-law, a wife, a homeowner, a car owner, blah 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 blah. Um, and it required me to actually really really listen to the message that all those situations were giving, the opportunity for me to acknowledge that my identity didn't come from those external situations. My true identity, the one that is pure love, pure bliss, pure joy, the absolute within me, doesn't require any of those things. It just is. It is. I am love. I am all that is, and this very very beautiful and present part of myself. Um, so it took a lot of requirement of me to keep going into the present moment and reminding myself that I am here, I'm safe, I'm happy. Like, I've been blessed in my life to never have to worry about a roof over my head or clothes on my back or food in my stomach. And of course that's a blissful, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that life experience, even in itself. But we all have judgments of what should be, and that is the opportunity to feel it, to heal it, right? So feeling those feelings, and then witnessing, really acknowledging, hearing the message of that particular situation, and breathing into it and asking yourself, is this who I am? Is this required for who I am? For the truth of who I am? And you can take a deep breath and just ask your soul that question. Do I have to have this different right here, right now? Just breathe that in. Just that pure question of, do I have to have this different? And if your answer is yes, then there's still resistance there. Because it is what it is. Your suffering is created by your wanting it to be different. And I don't want you to be in suffering. I want you to be in bliss, and I want you to be in joy. So the acceptance of it. And when you have resistance like that, that that tells you that there's some more growth opportunity, and look outside of yourself to find a coach or a companion or mentor to isolate what is exactly creating your suffering in this moment right here right now. And a lot of times it will go back to old programming. It will maybe have triggered from a old idea that perhaps you're supposed to have a fancy car in order to have approval, and then in order to be loved. And if you're not loved, then you're not enough. So this is an opportunity to detach those thoughts from those meanings and remember that you are love, that you are so divinely loved, and you are this present moment. You are absolutely amazing.